How you doing? How you been? What's going on? What's good? How you getting it in? Body getting the fuzzy. What's going on? What's going on, people? This is the day of another day. Of another day that we call January the 31st, 2017. Now, I don't know if you know about this, but I came across some information in reference to Trump, in reference to the LGBT community and stuff. Now, I don't know if everything is accurate, because like I always said before, we go on course according to the websites and stuff, and basically they're talking about in reference to, you know, the LGBT people, as far as the LGBTQ people, and basically they want to find out about what's going to happen with them in regards to the executive order. You know, so basically he's following through on everything he said he was going to do as far as when he gets to president. So this is what I came up with, and I wanted you to check this out. Okay, this is the last day in January. Trump backtracks on campaign promise, won't overturn LGBT protections. Now it says Trump had promised to overturn all of Obama executive orders, but is making an exception after pressure from the LGBT activists. The White House has made an exception to campaign promise and morning pressure from the LGBT activists. In a statement issued in New York Times, a spokesperson said Donald Trump has decided not to undo all of President Obama's executive orders, a promise he made repeatedly in the campaign trail. If he kept that pledge, it would have required Trump's, result as Obama's executive order banning federal contractors from, discrimination against LGBT people in hiring or firing. Based on a public statement from the White House during the first 10 days of administration, the decision to keep Obama order in place was made only recently. The Times reported that Trump himself made the decision. Now, the White House press secretary was asked during the first daily briefing last week by, the Washington Blade, whether President Trump planned to repeal the LGBT protection, and it said, "I don't know," said Sean Spicer at the time. Today, we was gained as about repealing the order and refused to give an answer. Earlier in the day, the Human Campaign issued a statement claiming an anti-LGBT executive orders had been drafted within the White House and could be issued as soon as this week. Many assume that the new executive order might be a repeal of an exclusive anti-discrimination rule. It is not getting ahead of the executive order that we may not issue. Spicer said earlier today, there's a lot of executive orders and a lot of things the president has talked about and will continue to fulfill, but we have nothing on, the front now. Hours later, after outrage spreads that Trump could start rolling back the LGBT rights, the White House reversed course in a statement to the newspaper that Trump regularly derides on Twitter. And the New York Times and reporter Jeremy W. Peters, President Donald Trump continues to respectfully and supportively of the LGBTQ rights, just as he did throughout the election, and read, according to the Times, that the president is proud to have been the first ever GOP nominee to mention the LGBTQ community in the nomination acceptance speech, excuse me, pleading then to protect the community from violence and oppression. And this is the case that Trump once again patted himself on the back for the speech in which he, publicly opposed the murder of the LGBT people, opposed the mass murders at the Low Bar in the LGBT allyship. And Chad Griffin, president of HRC, headed to Twitter to label, his latest announcement yet another example of defining downward, in which means the LGBT supports people. Now, Griffin went on to note that the White House still hasn't denied HRC claims that Trump plans to sign executive orders supporting so-called religion, freedom protection license to discriminate laws that create intense debate around the country. And Trump promised during the campaign to sign the First Amendment defense, which if essentially a federal version. It's still possible that Trump administration could add an exception to the existing Obama order, for those who sincerely held religious belief in the same religious law operates. You know, religious groups such as Catholic charities has opted against serving a foster or adoption agency. For example, whoever they require by the state government to treat same-sex couples equality and straight couples, and they could seek exemptions as a federal contractor that would enable them to hire or fire the LGBT people, from side of religion. Now, Trump has at times tried to appear welcoming the LGBT people through not always smoothly. He talked often about post-shooting, but skipped opportunities to visit the memorial, even on opening a campaign office, across the street. Trump smiled at the campaign trail while holding a rainbow flag upside down with the LGBT for Trump writing on the black marker. His supporters pointed to a 17-year interview and advocate, which Trump relates that his posting to same-sex marriages says he supports revision of the 1964 Civil Rights Act, including protection for gays and lesbians, an idea actually proposed in Congress, but it isn't. But that isn't now supported by Trump. He alarmed the LGBT voters by picking Mike Pence, the Indiana governor and vice president, despite the LGBT record. Trump cabinet nominee are also alarming that the Secretary of Defense of record of opposing gays and lesbians serving openly in the military, even long after the Don't Ask, Don't Tell policy was repealed. His pick for the Attorney General, Jeff Sessions, twice voted against the hate crimes law. He now be expected to enforce, and if confirmed. And that's basically, it. And one nominee has quietly tried to claim credit as an LGBT, Peter, as New York Times, as wrote a story in the weekend, so basically, LGBT refused. They saying that he's gonna stick with LGBT people, and he's not gonna renege. He said he's gonna stand with the LGBT people, so he's not gonna change as far as the new order in reference to what Obama already had said. He's gonna leave it there. So I guess within us, the LGBT protection, he signed and everything. He said that he's gonna leave it the same way it is so far, allegedly. That's what he said. So we have to see. Okay, you see that? So basically, if everything is accurate, it looks like we may have a pass out of this whole hoopla that's going on in reference to Trump being in office and stuff, because a lot of people are suffering through a lot of bans and the Muslims and stuff like that. Now, with the information I was receiving stuff, it was basically saying that they're not really sure in reference to the freedom ban and stuff like that, the freedom law. So basically that's about the rights they do with the society as far as giving the same right to the LGBT people, so they were having any type of discrimination when it comes to the freedom law and stuff like that. So that's basically what they're saying as far as that being up in the air. So they're not really sure, even though Trump said already that he's going to do protection as far as, standing the LGBT, but I guess due to the fact that he flip-flops so much that people kind of don't know where they stand. But I just thought it was good news of everything. I checked out a few websites and stuff, and basically A few of them were saying the same thing, so I know sometimes they have different things, but this one, quite a few are saying the same thing. So I felt as though it may be a lot more accurate as far as the information that was received, and I thought it would be good information as far as the Tuesday and stuff, as far as being the LGBT, to feel a little bit more insecure within, what's going to happen to us, because let's face it, a lot of us feel like we're only sitting ducks, and basically it's just a matter of time before we are attacked. But I just want to share it with you and stuff like that. Now, I'm sure there's going to be more along the way, but as much information I could get, or if you find any information you want to share, of course I want you to share with me. But I thought it was a good thing as far as sharing with you, as far as being an LGBT, in case you're wondering, what's my rights and what's going to happen to me as far as that, due to the fact that everything is up in the air and the media is doing one thing and you really don't know what to believe anymore. So let's just hopefully everything is being accurate. He has followed through on everything he said he was going to do, so basically he's doing that. So I just want to share this with you and stuff, and I'd love to hear your feedback on this. And I want to let you know, stay strong, and I want to let you know I love you, and I want to thank you for watching. Cat 3.